All right, Mike. Thanks for coming on the show, man.
Absolutely, brother. Thank you for having me. Stoked to be on here.
Yeah, man. How I want to start this one off is maybe tell me where you grew up, how you got into skating, a little bit about yourself.
Word, man. Well, my name's Michael Manion. I'm actually a south of Atlanta dude. It's a little city called McDonough, Georgia, and that's where I grew up skating. And like, we had a little park for a while, things like that. But it's all street skaters now, so it's kind of rad. You got to travel like 45 minutes to get to a park right now. So kind of crazy to get that going. But other than that, dude, there's a lot of rad skaters that like were out here and things like that. You know what I mean? Growing up.
Yeah, I went to Georgia a long time ago. I've been to Georgia a bunch, but one of my first trips to Tampa Am, I believe, with Patrick Odell and it was the Soul Tech guys, and we stopped in Atlanta, Georgia, and it was fucking wild. It was a wild trip,
Hell
dude. Um,
yeah, there's some gnarly spots out here too, man,
yeah, and some rippers for sure.
for
Georgia,
sure.
yeah, Georgia always has some rippers. How'd you get your first board, man?
So it was definitely a Christmas board. It was one of those things I'd wanted one forever, and I ended up, waiting long enough to finally get one, I guess, at Christmas. And then it was pretty much one of those things, it was like, well, make it last, man, because, those things are expensive. And so, you know, rode it as long as I could. And then it was all about saving up lunch money to get them from that point on.
Do you remember your first setup?
Yeah, I had a birdhouse, Heath Kirchhart birdhouse with tracker trucks. That's all I remember from it, but I remember the tracker trucks for sure.
That's sick. I forgot about Tracker. I wonder if they're still doing it.
I don't know. I have to check into that for sure. I remember I had them spray painted baby blue.
Oh, dope. Dope. I think I definitely had a pair of Trackers. I used to ride Mercury too. You remember that truck brand?
I don't do, but that's gnarly. Like there's so many companies back then that are like the company, you know what I mean? And like, I don't know, it's crazy to see how everything changes like it does.
What age did you start?
I was 10 years old, so 23 years ago.
Oh, nice. All right. So you're what, 30, you said 33 now, basically?
33 now, yeah.
Nice. I'm 40, so I'm a little bit ahead of you.
Shredding, man, still shredding.
Thanks, man. I'm actually working on a new part, man. I wasn't really sure if I'd have enough time or my body would hold up to try to film a new street part, but I've been stacking some clips, so I'm feeling optimistic.
Sick. Awesome, man. We're stoked to see it.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, so was there anyone skating when you started? What got you hyped on it? Like what was the spark from?
So basically, like I'd hang out in the neighborhood, and a couple of homies had like skateboards, and obviously, you're like, "Yo, let me see that," because you get bored, and you're like, try little things on it, and eventually, you're like, "Dude, I'm tired of asking like people for a skateboard. It's time to just go ahead and get my own, and like not be bothering everybody about their boards, you know." And that's the only way to get better too. You can't like skate once a month and expect to really gain much from it, you know.
Yeah.
So that board on Christmas, man, was everything. That was the takeoff time.
How'd you do in school?
I did pretty good, man. Growing up, I didn't like do super great. Like my dad passed away and stuff, and I guess that was like my way of like, hey, dude, I don't care about any of this, and you know. But once I got older and kind of realized, like, hey, dude, like, maybe if you do good in this, you might, be able to use it one day, or like, not that I have yet, but it's just nice to know that like if I ever want to go back to school, I can go back to school. You know what I mean? So I buckled down in high school and made it happen.
That's
I was a
dope.
straight A kid.
That's damn dope. At what age did your father pass?
I was 8.
Dang, yeah, I lost my father when I was 12 going on 13.
That's rough, man. I know I didn't have a whole lot of time to make memories, but it was still tough at 8. But I can't imagine like 12, you're like, you're definitely into it. You've made some memories and they're like times you're gonna remember too. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
much
man.
love, dude.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Loss is a loss, but you move forward with it. So
Absolutely.
the time I had with my father was awesome. I definitely have some good like formative memories of him taking care of us and doing cool fatherly stuff.
That's
Just
rad.
Yeah, it still makes an impact on me today, thinking about it.
Absolutely. That's good to hear, man. Love that.
What about and I was kind of similar in school. Like I had anger issues and lost my father and my mom was kind of running wild, so like school was kind of hard to even like I just sleep at school because I was already pissed off at the world. So
Exactly.
I would just sleep in school, but I could do the work when I wanted, like when you were like in the mood to focus, I could get it done and I graduated high school. That's as far as I went with like my formal education.
Same, man. I did it as long as they made me do it, and then that was a wrap.
Yeah, yeah. I feel you. That's cool. Do you have any sponsors?
So right now, getting definitely Acid Wheels, man, has been hooking it up. Love those dudes. John is a great dude. Glenn's a great dude. All those guys out there are super rad, and definitely thankful for them. Altamont has been sending me things here and there, so that's pretty sick. Grind King trucks,
Ah,
Street Sheets grip definitely is looking out and sending some things. And then bearings.
nice.
So yeah, man, trying to keep it going. And then the big one, makeshift skateboards has been looking out real hard too, man. I love those dudes. Those dudes are rad. They do the makeshift music house too and all that stuff. So
What's
definitely
that?
check those out. So basically, like they have a music side and they have like the skateboard side.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
yeah, so they do a lot of stuff with the music, and I love music, man. Hyped on music always. So
What kind of
definitely a
music?
good vibe. They do all kinds of music, but a lot of reggae and like like Marley style music is pretty sick.
That's what you're into?
Oh, that's what they mostly are into. I'm into like, dude, I'm a hip hop guy all day. I'm not even gonna lie about it. I'm all into the hip hop, bro.
Oh, me too,
It
man.
gets me
Well,
hyped. Like I need that like banger song to like go up to a spot and like be all pumped up to do something. You know what I mean? If I listen to something chill, I'm like, I could jump down it tomorrow.
what's some of your favorite hip hop artists like coming up?
Coming up, I'm not sure, but dude, I've always been like a Jeezy fan. Ludacris,
You.
uh, anything Lil Wayne did was always tight back in the day. I loved hearing him on anything. I know that dude was the feature king, man.
Oh,
And then
dude, his mixtape game was insane when he was coming up on so many. He dropped so many mixtapes. It was so sick.
so fire. And he's ripping now too, like dude's skating. So I love that. I mean, that's rad to see. He did it like the opposite way of what we usually do. Like we usually do the like physical hard stuff first in life and then like jump to, something else. But he did it the opposite way. That's gnarly. Like to start older and like continuously be progressing is so sick to me. Like it gives me so much hope. So I love to see it.
Yeah, he like put out a full part and everything too.
It's so sick. Doesn't he have a board for Thank You Now or something like that?
Oh, maybe he's got
Does
like a
he run
guest
for them?
model. I don't know. He
I
might
don't
have a
know.
guest model. That'd be funny if he
That's
does.
sick.
I had a session with Lil Wayne at the Edge Indoor Skate Park up here in Mass. He would rent the skate park out after one of his concerts, like at midnight. Like I'd get a call from like the skate park owner, and they'd be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
Lil Wayne rented out the park. You want to come work it and skate with him?" I'm like, "All right." So I just got like a one-on-one like skate session with Lil Wayne at like 1 in the morning.
That's rad.
Smoked some blunts with him and just skated the skate park. It was dope.
That's the move, man. What else can you ask for?
Yeah, it was crazy because when he walked in the park too, we had his music going like on accident, so it was kind of funny. He's just walking and doing his own song. So dope. What about
Rad.
any skate shops down there that you go to?
Absolutely. So there is Skate Plug, which is rad. They're probably like the closest one to me right now on the south side. And then we've always got Stratosphere out in Atlanta. And then
Yeah.
we have Mobile Skate Shop too, which is the homie Nick, and he rides around and does deliveries and all that. So that's pretty rad.
Well, that's so sick. I believe
Yeah,
I follow Mobile Skate Shop online too. That's cool.
sick.
That's
That's
sick.
what's up, man.
And what about local parks? What do you got going out there? Where's your local?
So basically, that's what we're working on right now. Is trying to get a local for out here because, like I was saying, man, everything's
Oh
like
yeah,
40
45.
minutes away.
Yeah.
We have a little tiny, like it's got like a three stair, a rail, and like a box and a mini ramp, and it's like 25, 30 minutes for me is maybe the closest thing. But then anything else is like 40, and I don't know, dude. We've needed a park for a long time, and so hopefully, from what I understand, the mayor out here is trying to get one done. They were trying to get in contact with me and everything like that, and I actually got in touch with like their office, and they said they had already purchased the land for it. So definitely trying to get in touch with them and see what we can figure out on that right now.
Yeah, man, that's skate park is such a plus for a community. If the city gets one, town one, it's always a plus, man.
100%, dude. We had one, like I said, when we were younger, we had Hazard County, and it was out this way, but they've closed down, and we don't have any free parks, nothing. So
Hazard was indoor, right?
yeah, and the indoors, man, we don't have any indoors. I don't think in Georgia right now. We have a small little indoor venue that opens up from time to time, but it's not like a skate park where there's hours and you can go there. You know what I mean? It's like a private deal. So
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, having an indoor park up here is so clutch in the winter where I'm at. So we got one called the Edge Indoor Skate Park, and it's amazing. It's 30,000 square foot skate park. It's basically three skate parks in one, man.
that's sick.
It's even got like a foam pit and a big like pill bowl with a big shell at the end that they built. Actually, Tony Hawk came out a long time ago, and the Birdhouse team did a
Sick.
big demo there. It was pretty epic, man.
Man, dude. Yeah, we miss the indoor parks out here for sure, dude. Because we have a lot of good weather, but we have a lot of rain too. And like there's nothing you can do when it rains, man. There's just no skating. You might as well like travel to another state or something.
Yeah, what's going on? What's that tattoo on your arm there?
Oh, the truck with
It's a
the little
skateboard truck?
flower. Yeah, let's see if I can get it close enough. Oh, it's kind of not showing. Let's see.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta actually pull it back a little.
Yeah, let's see.
Oh, there we go. Oh, hell yeah, that's sick, dude.
Thanks, man. Yeah, down for life, bro.
Hell yeah. I
Till
got
we can't no more.
trying to think about skate tats. Oh, I got one. I got skate and destroy on my ankle. Yeah, skate and destroy,
Sick.
man.
I know I need the skate and destroy tab, man. It's like the one that we all got to get, you know?
Yeah. I got mine on the I was on King of the Road when I rode for Zoo York.
Oh, sick.
So that was
That's
like,
the time to get it right there.
yeah, we got points for it, I think. Everyone gets Thrasher tattoos and you get like points.
Hell yeah.
That was pretty sick.
Love that.
That trip was rough though, because I was like overexcited and I tried to get like grind this big rail right out the gates and blew my heel out. So like most of that trip I was nursing a bruised heel, but it was still epic
Yeah.
just like trying to participate in the challenges and stuff.
So I've got this rule like anytime I go on a trip, that first day I don't do anything crazy. Like it's literally just warm up tricks or a park. There's no like jumping on anything or down anything because like it's always been first day injuries, dude. Always. You know what I mean? So like it from the overexcitement. That's what it is. You get there and you're like, dude, I want to skate all these spots all at once, the biggest things, and like your body feels good. You're like, I got this, and it's not the move. Ruins your whole trip.
So true, man. I learned that quick after that time. I was like, all right, same thing. Like just
Yeah,
pick your spots. Don't just think you can skate everything just because you're overexcited. I used to do that. Just
absolutely.
skate every spot, so then I was just dead. Even if the spot I was like, I can't even get a trick here and I'm just gonna be so tired, I would just try to skate it anyways.
Yeah, 100%. Just try to get something anyway. And like the next day, you're not going to be at like 50% even because you're sitting there trying over and over to get something with your body at like 25%.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But as skateboarders, we can't stop. You can't tell us, hey, dude, chill out. Just wait till tomorrow. Once you're in that trick and you're in that mindset, it's on. It's not. There's
Yeah.
no telling it to stop.
It's so hard, man. It's so hard. When I was younger, I was just overexcited about everything too. Everything. Like every
100%.
I was always like a super fan of like skaters too. Like when I moved to Cali for 2 years, I went out there and I saw all the people I seen in videos, and like they probably thought I was such a kook at first because I was just overexcited to meet everyone because I'm like, this is such a trip, dude. Like
Yeah.
I was a kook for sure.
Dude, well, it's like that in California. You go to all these spots and like you're gonna run into people. It's just gonna happen. Like it's
Yeah,
it's there's not that many pros really anywhere else like there is California. And
yeah.
so same thing with like actors and actresses and things like that. You run into all these like famous people out there and it's just like kind of normal. You know what I mean? Like it's not like if you saw them out here. People would freak out if you saw them out in like New York or in Atlanta or anywhere like that. They're gonna freak out. But California is like just like passing another person on the street. It's wild.
Yeah, it's just the industry was out there for so long. People are jaded and they're just out there. It's kind of changed now.
100%.
It's kind of changing now. Like I think there's more like pros in different areas of the country now. Now that social
For sure.
media and people can start up companies and do it wherever. You don't really
And I
have
think
to
there was a
like
lot of pro. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say you don't really have to like go to California and move there to like do your skateboard dream anymore, you know?
100%. There are so many skaters too that fall for that. I feel like, you know what I mean? Like back in the day, there was so many people like, "Hey, dude, come to California. You're cut." They're like, "Dude, I'm not coming, and I'm gonna make it from right where I'm at." You know?
Yeah.
And I think Grant from Atlanta, he was the one that was a lot like that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he'd go out to Cali, but he wanted to be in Atlanta. And like, I just love seeing that. Like somebody being like, "Yo, dude, this is my roots. This is where I'm at. I'll come out there. I'll do what I can do to support your thing, but this is my thing. You got to understand it." And that's the way it should be. You shouldn't have to uproot your whole life and leave to just to make it doing something you like. That's crazy.
Yeah, totally. I 100% agree. Like I moved to Cali for 2 years because I got a chance to ride for Birdhouse and I couldn't say no.
That's
When Tony
yeah.
Hawk calls, you gotta go, you know?
You got to go, right?
And then I ended up going back to the East Coast because I was just like, I don't know, I just miss like the New England attitude up here. I just miss the people and like I love the grittiness of the spots and it wasn't like so oversaturated up here like it is out in Cali. It was because I was in the Mecca, I was like Southern California where I believe you just went. So it's just so intense where you're just like everything seems blown out or it's like it's just too that at least when I
Crazy.
was there, yeah, it's a lot, man.
Yeah, and every spot you go to, every trick's been done to you. Like, dude, what am I about to do here? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're like, yeah, it's sick. Yeah, it was in a video, but it's been ABD'd like 14 times now. You know what I mean? Like, what am I even doing jumping on this? What am I proving to myself? Like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
it kind of ruins it right away because you're just like, don't give me the fucking list. I went to the Brea 12 stair and someone wrote the list of tricks that people did at the top of the stairs on the ground. They wrote a list, and I was
Oh
like,
my God.
this is the death of skateboarding. Who's the fucking
Yeah.
dickhead who wrote that?
And then also the camera phones, man. Like we didn't have those back in the day. If you wanted to get a clip, you had to get your filmer to come out, meet up with you. He had to be there when you did it, or like basically you just told people about it. It's word of mouth. Like you didn't even do it. Like now little homie can like get on the camera phone and be like, "Yo, jump down and do it." You know what I mean? Like at any point in time, and it's documented. It's there.
Yeah.
So I feel like there was a lot of tricks that were never documented back in the day that like so much stuff went down that like, you know what I mean? That we never saw. Now you see every little ollie down a two stair, man. You
Yeah,
see it
no,
all.
you don't miss anything now. Now, like even just random strangers are uploading your clips. You're like, God damn
100%. Yeah.
it.
Tagging you and stuff. You never met them. You're like, whoa, dude. I mean, I appreciate it. 100% for sure. Like, not complaining, but it's
What
wild.
so what's the check behind you?
Oh, dude.
Let's see
That
that
is
then.
the Tony Hawk check for the skate park hero thing.
Okay, so maybe that's where we start right now, is you give me the rundown of how this caught your attention, your eye, and how you went about it and how this all unfolded.
Dude, so okay. It all started as a little internet ad I saw on like Facebook or something like that. And it said, chance to skate with Tony Hawk. Anybody can enter. No money. All you need, like, just put in your information, basically. And so I put in my info and built like a little profile and started putting some like actual like skate pics and stuff on there. And I just kind of let it ride for a minute. And I started advancing through basically categories and like um was just like okay, maybe I should like pay attention to this thing. I got friends calling me now like, "Hey dude, I see this Tony Hawk thing, what's that about? It looks pretty serious. We should make sure you win this, dude. Let's do it." And so people
How,
started taking it like real serious and calling me and being like, "Yo dude, like I think you got this. I think you got this." So I started really like focusing and posting more videos and like posting links, things like that. And
how's it
just like
how's it
kept
how's it work, the event? What was the rules? I didn't really understand it.
understood. So like basically they started off, I think they took like the top 15 from each group. They had a bunch of groups set up And it started with 60,000 people.
Wow. Holy shit.
Yeah. So they like categorize, like put people into groups and things like that. And then I think it was like the top 15 from every group advanced. And then like the next week,
Is that based off of footage or something?
votes, actually. I'm sorry. It's based off of votes. So like people go to your link and vote for you.
Okay, okay.
And they can also do like donation votes, which is like more money, and it all goes to like the skate park project foundation.
Oh,
So
cool.
like, yeah. So that's basically what the contest was for, is to raise money for like skate parks and things like that. So any
Cool.
donations, anything like that, that's what it was for. But so they had like, eliminations every week or so, and started like kind of making it through categories, and it was a 3 month contest, dude. It was so long. And so like every week they're taking people out. And then it got to the point where they're like, yo, dude, if you're not number one in your heat, like you're gone. So it started getting real crazy. And we started like trying to strategize and figure out ways to like, hey, dude, how can we get more votes? How can we figure this out? You know what I mean? What can we do to like win this contest basically every week? And it started, we got a couple homies together. We were watching it, and like a couple of the homies would like throw or do whatever, to make it through the week. And it got to a point where it was so big that there was no way like a couple of us were going to be able to like promote and do it. So we had to start throwing like watch parties. And I have a friend at the bar down the road, Smoking Q's, that helped us out, let us use the bar. And like we basically put it up on a big screen, and we're like, yo, this is what's going on. Kind of told anybody that came in. And like we had a bunch of friends and homies that were all there. And when it started getting close, man, people start throwing those boats down. And I think we won the semifinals and the finals within the last 6 seconds. We were in like second place, and then it flipped to first in like the last 6 seconds.
Wow. So the watch parties, they're just everyone. So you had a profile and you're uploading your like content to it, and so they can come and
Mm-hmm.
watch that, and then they can vote off of like who has the best type
So
profile.
basically, yeah, kind of like that. But like, so what we were doing at the watch parties, like people would watch what plates we were in. You know what I mean? And like it would create more excitement with more people around. You know what I mean? Like everybody be like, yo, somebody do something. He's in second. We got to get him to first. We got to get him to first. And so, like, I don't know, it created that hype. And like everybody be like, all right, I'll throw something. All right, I'll throw something. And then we had to come up with another strategy too, man, because I think they were like using bots or something like that. I don't know. But like anytime we would basically catch up, they would immediately like be ahead of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we had to come up with a strategy like everybody hold tight until the end, and then everybody in the room throw down at the end, so that like they couldn't catch up with the bots. You know what I mean?
Could
It
you
was
see
crazy,
could you
dude.
see who you're like competing with?
Yes, you could. And that was another crazy thing. So there was a lot of people. The prize is to skate with Tony Hawk, right? There's so many people that enter this thing, dude, that were not skateboarders. It's just like, what are you gonna do when you get there? Like, what is your plan? You know what I mean? Like, how are you gonna? So that was another thing. Like, I promoted really heavily was like, yo, dude, like, this is a contest to skate with Tony Hawk. Like, I'm an actual skateboarder. So if you don't have somebody to vote for, like, I actually skateboard, I'll be able to do what it says if I win. So
Yeah, hell yeah.
kind of ran with that too, because there was a lot of people just like trying to ride hype train, basically. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm gonna meet him and take an Instagram picture and be done. Like, like,
Yeah, that's bullshit. You got to skate,
yeah,
dude.
I agree. I agree.
The whole prize is the skate with Tony Hawk. Like, come on.
Yeah.
That's
It was wild, man. It was such a journey, dude, for sure. And like have we had the bar like completely packed out by the last week, dude. It was literally just I'll have to send you the clip sometime or tag you in the clip, but it's just everyone screaming, going crazy when it
Oh,
ended.
dude, definitely tag me in that. I'll use it to promote this podcast for sure. That's such a sick
100%.
idea too, Mike. Just to get the hype at the bar and everyone. That's a good idea.
Thanks, man, for sure. It's crazy too because I don't drink. I haven't drank in like almost 23 months now. So like for me to be like wilding out with my homies and like watching them have a good time still, and so it was pretty cool, man. It was definitely a change of pace for me.
Yeah.
So I was stoked on that. Used to
That,
love the bar life though. Can't lie.
yeah. What why'd you give it up?
So I have kids for one.
Wow,
Want to be
sick.
like, yeah, I have a 10-year-old and 7-year-old. So I want to be like super present in their life, you know what I mean? And like not be walking around with a beer all the time. You know what I mean? Like that's just not like the example I want to set and things like that. Two, I'm 33 years old, man, and like if I'm gonna be skateboarding and like putting my body through the ringer, I need to at least like take care of it somewhat. You know what I mean? Like, and I could definitely tell that alcohol takes an effect on my body, especially. I'm not a one or two beer drinker, man. That was never my thing. Like I'm a 12 pack. So
Yeah, it's good to know that about yourself, to know like you if you go too deep and you got to cut it out a little, you know? It's good.
yeah. And I can find any excuse too, dude. It's always somebody's birthday. It's always something to celebrate. You know what I mean? Like I kept doing that forever. I was like, oh, well, I'll quit after this. Oh, well, this is coming up. I'll quit after this. And I was like, dude, if I don't just stop, man, I'm never going to. And I just had to give it up.
Well, that's a life hammer,
Have
dude.
respect. Mad
Yeah.
respect to anybody who can have one or two beers though and keep it going. Like that's rad. More power to you, but it just wasn't me, man.
Yeah, well, that's a life hammer to be able to realize like that it's not for you and you need to cut it out. I drank when I was younger a bit and I abused it at times. And then as I got older, I would only drink once in a while. And then just recently, because you just mentioned kids, I'm actually gonna have my first child in November, man. About to have a son.
Congratulations, man. That's amazing. You're
Same,
gonna be
man.
busy. Get
Yeah,
that part
dude.
filmed first.
We're working on it, bro. But recently that kind of got me going and I was just like, I don't know, something in my head was telling me to quit drinking and smoking. I smoke weed too, and then some recently just this voice in my head has been telling me for it's actually been a while. It's been kind of popping up being like you got to stop this. You got to stop this, and I kept ignoring it, you know, and then
Yeah.
just recently I just was like, no, I'm done. I'm not gonna drink or smoke. Like
Hell yeah, dude.
yeah, I just kind of called it. And now it's going, and now that voice is coming after coffee, and I don't know if I can handle that shit.
Dude, mine's coming after coffee too, and I have the worst coffee addiction I think on the planet, bro. I get the large Dunkin' coffees, like the huge ones, and it's like, dude, those are so bad for you. But I'm sitting there telling myself, well, you quit smoking cigarettes, you're good, man. It's like, no, that's not the case. Like, you're still killing yourself, bro. Like, chill out.
How do you like your coffee? Is it like cream, sugar, everything?
Oh, dude, yeah, it's 100% extra credit.
I get it. I get it. I totally get it. I just drink mine black and the voice is still coming after my coffee. I haven't quite
Dude,
beat that one yet. I don't know if I'm gonna quit. I got it down to only on the weekends because I was drinking coffee every day, all day, and then I cut it down to only on the weekends, and now I'm like, got it down to 1 day a week right now. So we'll see.
well, my friends they joke. They're like, "Oh, Mike hasn't had his coffee yet," and stuff. You know, like it's. I'm pretty into it, man. I love it. It's hard to get rid of that when I've gotten rid of so many other things, you know. But
How,
I know
how
it's got to happen,
how'd you beat the cigarettes? That's a tough one. That's the toughest one,
dude.
I think.
That was the toughest one, 100%. And I 100% had to quit drinking first. There was no way I could have done it while I was still drinking, at all. I mean, I was smoking like 3 packs a day, dude.
Wow.
So yeah, I woke up one morning after like smoking a bunch of cigarettes, and I was like, you have to like trash. I was like, I kind of don't even feel like I want one. I was like, maybe this is the time, you know, just like go ahead and shut it down right now. And I
Yeah.
did. I kept an open pack around me for a month, just in case. I was like, just in case I need one or anything like that. I set it in the console, never touched it, but it was there. You know what I mean? Like, if I need one, if everything absolutely hits the fan and I have to break right now, I can. So I knew it was there, but I was like, also, you know, just don't do it, don't do it. And eventually, I threw that pack out, and I was just done.
How long's it been?
Year and a half probably.
Fuck yeah. That's
So,
good.
yeah, dude. Yeah, that first year is rough. And then even now, dude, if I'm riding with somebody that smokes in their car and I'm like in there and I smell it, I'm like, oh my God, that smells so good, dude. You know, like you want it so bad, but you know, like you're just gonna feel like death. And it's gonna taste horrible. Like there's so many things that are just like not good about it, but they're addictive, that's for sure. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, man.
that is the one thing I do know about them.
I tried to like force myself to smoke cigarettes when I was younger because it was the cool thing to do and people around me were doing it and I kept trying, but it was like I was coughing, dying. I'd smoke like a pack of cigarettes and I'd be like, why am I still doing this? I kept it going for a while and I just couldn't do it. My body like
Yeah.
wouldn't even let me smoke cigarettes anymore. It was
Well, that
crazy.
was my dude. I got in a little bit of trouble and I couldn't smoke weed or anything. And so I was like, oh, well, I'll just smoke cigarettes. That'll get me through for now. And dude, that was the worst idea I ever had.
Yeah.
Was not the move.
No, it's a tough one. Okay. So how do we find out we win? How long did it take to find out? And
Oh my God. So like I said, it was a 3 month contest. And then after that, it was a little over a week, maybe a week exactly that I found out. But they had to like run back and like calculate results, make sure everything was legit, no bots, no, things like that. And so it took a week to find out for sure. Like we saw that I was in first place when the TV shut off, but like, because that's what they did basically. They'd shut it to blank screen basically and say, all right, we're tallying up votes right when the timer would cut off. So you wouldn't know anything. They'd be like, results coming soon.
damn.
And so you're just sitting there biting your nails, waiting, like, what happened, bro? What happened? But it was sick. Then they set up a Zoom call with me and let me know through a Zoom call and all that stuff. And was like, yeah, dude, we'll release it to the world in a couple days and da 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 da. So it was pretty cool, man.
That's epic, man. And so you won 10 G's, I see.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
man.
awesome.
Yeah, that was rad, dude. That was definitely clutch timing too, for sure in life. So that was rad. Stoked to do more skating, dude, more traveling, more hopefully some more building on DIYs and things like that, Definitely try to keep a skateboard focus about it too. Every dollar that I was like the other day I was buying a skateboard from a shop and I was like, dude, like I feel bad spending money on something that like I could just wait a couple days and have a board, but I need one now. You know what I mean? So like it's definitely one of those things where I'm like, dude, I want to do everything right with it. You know what I mean? I want to make sure that like I'm not just like out here selfishly doing stuff,
Yeah.
because it was votes. It was people, you know, choosing for me to be that dude. So like and do the right thing. You know what I mean? So I don't want to be like, oh, y'all got me. Now I'm doing what I want. That's not the move. It's
It's kind
definitely
of
going to be the like, go ahead.
buying some skateboard stuff with that money's good though, because you're gonna support that skate shop. So that's a win-win.
Absolutely. For
Yeah.
sure. For
Uh,
sure. It's just the things that cross your mind. You're like, oh, is this like worthy? Does this count right now? So I'll definitely keep it different. You know what I mean? I'll keep it separate from everything else I'm doing and then like make sure I make carefully calculated moves with that. Because I work too, man. I set up like conventions and then I work for 927 sometimes putting up the concerts and stuff for Live Nation. So like got a couple other little gigs too. I'm not just a skateboarder. I don't think any of us are anymore.
yeah, it's tough nowadays, man. You got to be on your grind if you to be a skater and to do it, you gotta work and hustle, you know. There's only a small percentage of people that get that the gravy train of it. And even when you do get that, it ends at some point. Like I was full on sponsored, all that stuff, everything like paid for, sponsors paid for everything for a huge chunk of my time. I just skated my ass off because I didn't want to neglect it, you know? I'm like, people are just like
Yeah,
paying me to do this, so I better skate all the fucking time because I just feel guilty if I didn't. I'm like, there's people busting their ass, you know? And then, you know, recessions happen, shit like that. You lose your sponsors, and then as long as you got work ethic, you can carry yourself through. So it's like, that's life, you know. Even when you get what you want, it doesn't always last forever. And then that's kind of
absolutely.
my story was that. Like I just we've never really met, but just to fill you in a little bit is like lost my father at 12. Mom had a substance abuse my whole life. Didn't have parents at 12. Was just kind of on my own. Found skating, pulled me away from all that, and then worked my ass off with skating. Fell in love with it. Got sponsored. Met the right people. Traveled. Sacrificed everything I could to like singly focused on skateboarding to the point where I'm like I'm making this shit happen no matter what, whatever I gotta do. Got sponsored, rode for a bunch of companies, got to travel all over the world skateboarding, and just got paid to live the dream. You know, turned pro, had the pro model board, shoes like that. Recession happened, lost all my sponsors, got a job, started my own skate brand. You know, like so even when you do get the dream doesn't last forever unless you're willing to work for
Definitely
it.
not.
You got to work for
Definitely
these
not,
things.
bro.
Yeah. So you can
Yeah,
keep it going. You could always keep things going if you're willing to like sacrifice and work towards it, and then you can build things back up, you know? I'm proof of that.
absolutely. It definitely comes down to how bad do you want it eventually. You know what I mean? Like you got to make that decision. Like, is this what I'm doing or am I running another way? Because if you try to do both half-assed, dude, it never works out. Never works out.
Yeah, it's true, man. Yeah, for me it wasn't really a question like cuz that's when I was 12, like I said, I didn't have my parents and my father and
Yeah,
I found skateboarding right when my father died, and it literally helped me cope with that, and my mom. So like I was like, I need to do this for my mental sanity. Like this is literally helping me overcome all this shit, and it's like nothing but positive stuff. Once I started skating, I met awesome people. It helped me travel. It brought all this positive stuff when my whole first 12 years of my life was pretty dark, you know? So I like
absolutely.
I like couldn't I didn't want to do anything. I had no other option. I was like, this is what I'm doing for my own sanity. So I just was like, everything else went second to skating. Friendships, everything. Even my family, even the family I had, I was like, I gotta travel, I gotta leave, I gotta go, because we had like a pretty gnarly background, and I felt like if I stayed, I was just gonna get pulled down into the muck,
Yeah,
you know. And I was like, I gotta just go. So I just like went, and luckily I just like it worked out, the right moves, you know.
absolutely. And they're all carefully calculated too. I know you were sitting there thinking every move you made, you're like, man, is this what I do? Is this what I do? Do I wait? Do I go? Do I, you know what I mean? Like there's so many question marks, because
Yeah,
one
yeah,
company
yeah.
might do you this way, the next company might come the day later and do you way better. You never know what it's going to be, but that's sick that you stuck with it. And you did as much as you did, man. You definitely
Yeah.
had a career out of it. It's sick.
Um, every decision I made was like, what do I got to do to keep skateboarding in my life? That was my driving force. It wasn't like, hey, it wasn't the pro models, it wasn't the shoes, it wasn't like the travel. It was like, what do I have to do so that I can live and just skateboard all the time? Because literally, that physical act of skateboarding was healing me. It was like helping me get past shit and figure things out and feel accomplished. So it's like
Absolutely.
that was my driving force. Um, and now it's like I'm still submersed in it because I have the skateboard brands and I sponsor people. It's like full circle now, and we're still working on team videos and traveling. I bought a van, so we just go on tons of skate trips all the
I
time.
love
And
that, dude. My
yeah,
boy Timmy out there killing it.
yeah, Timmy's the man, dude. Can't wait to
Love
hang.
Timmy to death, dude. That's a
Yeah,
cool dude right there. Grew up
yeah,
skating all the contests with him in Florida and everything, man. He
yeah.
always killed it.
Timmy's an OG, man. He's been throwing down forever, man.
Yeah, too
Love that
good.
guy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's like naturally talented, man. It's insane. His flick is
100%.
second to none, dude. He's the craziest flick ever.
Yeah, that kickflip crook he did down Hollywood High still, dude, is just amazing to me.
Fuck yeah, that does it seems unreal. So unreal to me. Okay, so back to the adventure with Tony. So you win some cash, which congrats, that's awesome. Everyone could use a little dough right now. And then you get to go out to see Tony. They get you tickets and stuff. How where do we go from here?
So basically, we had to line everything up for that. So they took care of me and one of my homies to come out there.
Oh,
Uh,
sick.
yeah, and skate with Tony and like a couple days in the hotel, things like that. So we went out there and they had a super nice hotel for us, did everything like took us out to lunch, did it all as like nice and fancy like as they could, you know what I mean? And then they're like basically, and that was the management company that threw the contest, not actually Tony Hawk. So
Okay.
there's that too. And so yeah, basically we had those 3 days there, but during those 3 days, we went and saw Tony on the 12th, was when that was. And it was basically like 30 minutes of watching a vert demo with like all like Reese Nelson and like all that. Like, dude, they were gnarly. Like, I can't skate vert like that, dude. There's no way. It would take me years and like lots of pads, dude. I would need every pad there is because like I don't know, you got to get suited up, man, to be flying like that through the air and then just like I don't know.
I'm
That
terrified of
blows my
verts.
mind.
Yeah, I'm
Me
terrified of
too,
vert.
man. I
That shit's
dropped in
scary.
and I was hyped, like hyped that I dropped in. So,
Dude, that must have
but
been
yeah,
sick watching them skate vert though.
dude, it's like the best in the world. You know what I mean? Like the best people in the world sitting there right in front of you, just like flying through the air. Like, dude, this is crazy. This is the stuff I could never do. And then we got like a 30-minute session in with him skating, which was sick. He was riding the street course with us and stuff, which was rad. And then we did like a 30-minute meal thing, and then like a 30-minute like photo meet and greet type deal. So, but it was a pretty tight little experience, man. It was rad. Like skating with Tony Hawk, that's wild. You know what I mean? I'm sure you know, but most
Yeah.
people, it's like Dude, that's mind blowing. Like, it's not somebody that's just like good at skating, or it's not somebody that like is a spy. It's like everything all in one. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah,
this dude has done
he's
it
like a
all, bro.
yeah, he's like a pioneer, he's a celebrity, he's fucking Tony Hawk, the 900, Birdhouse, like yeah, list is on
Yeah,
and on
everything.
and on.
So like, it was funny too because we get in there and they're like giving us a tour. They're like, "Yeah, this is da 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 for Birdhouse," and they're like, "And this is Tony's office. Come on in." And we walk in Tony's office. He's like in there. I'm like, oh, dude, no warning or nothing, right? Like, just, yo, what's up? Like, right in my face. I was like, oh, man, dude, what's up? Like, I don't know what to say right now. But excited to meet you.
He's like the nicest dude though, so it's so easy, huh?
So nice, dude. He was so cool, like, so laid back, just talking about normal things. It made me feel real comfortable, dude. Like, I didn't feel like stressed out or like, like it was just cool to skate with him. It was like skating with a homie, honestly. But meeting him initially was like wild. You know what I mean? You just like pop up on him, you're like, whoa.
Yeah,
Like that's that
I
dude
know the
right there.
feeling. Yeah, I know the feeling. You're kind of like I said, I used to fan out on tons of pro skaters, all of them
Yeah.
actually, when I see them. Even dudes that were younger than me. That's what's crazy about growing up on the East Coast and watching only videos is you watch them and you don't realize people's age. So I met a bunch of people that were younger than me, but I just felt like they were older than me for some reason.
Yeah.
Fan out on them super hard. And Tony Hawk's like the fucking pinnacle of that, you know? It's like
Yeah. 100%, dude. It's crazy. Crazy for sure. But then like he was skating with us. He's like, yo, dude, like let's get some lines together and let's get like let me film this. He was just super rad. You know what I mean? Like super into it, all about it. So it was cool, man. And you can tell, like, dude, he's in some pain from that femur, dude. He definitely, you can tell, is like still feeling that, but he is shredding still. Like it's not slowing him down on the vert ramp. It doesn't look like at all.
that's
Like
so
he's still doing the
crazy.
gnarliest stuff.
How old do you think Tony is now?
He's 55.
Wow, 55, and he broke that femur like not that long ago, right? Like a year or two?
Yeah, dude.
That's
Yeah, and
insane.
yeah, he's the toughest dude ever. Like, yeah, he's that celebrity, he's all that stuff, but he is still like heart of a skater, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so sick, man. I'm hyped that you won, man.
Thanks, man. I'm hyped it worked out too, man. I really am. I was just like, man, please let it be a skateboarder if it's not me. That's all I cared about. I was just like, dude, I did not want to see some meet and greet where somebody doesn't skate with him or doesn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that would have
Like
been
after a
such a
3 month
bummer.
contest,
And how many people you said? It was like 50,000. How many
six
people?
60,000.
Holy shit, man. That's so
Yeah.
crazy. You had to
Yeah.
get
And that was wild too. Like when I won. So like, I thought, okay, cool. I won. I'm gonna go skate with Tony. That's pretty much it, right? Well, like all the news channels and stuff, like people started hitting me up out here. The Atlanta Journal Constitution hit me up. So like I had like newspaper articles, like just for winning this contest, which is the craziest thing in the world to me.
yeah.
Like it's like back in the day, like if I won the skateboard contest 20 years ago, they would have never thought about putting it in a newspaper, dude.
Oh
They
yeah,
wouldn't have
they would not
they
give a
would have
shit.
laughed and been like, "What are you talking about, kid? Like, get out of here." And now they're like, dude, can we please run your story? That's
Yeah.
so cool. You're meeting Tony Hawk. It's like, man, dude, that's so different. You know what I mean? Like
You get
that,
the Olympian treatment.
that's what I think it is too, is the fact that we're like skateboarding's in the Olympics now. Like things, the people are gonna have no choice but to like somewhat respect skateboarding, which is crazy, but it's kind of how it is. Like you have to take it serious if it's an Olympic sport, right? I would
It's
think.
well, like a certain portion of the population, but I think honestly, it's just that people have hung on to skateboarding in it's sunk into culture so much because, young kids, grandpas, like people just keep skateboarding into their 70s, like so it's just like and so many dudes have opened up skate shops and started brands and like it's just like all of that combined makes it proof that people give a shit about it and that it's going to be here and stick around. And then on top of that with the Olympics, it hits the like masses of people who don't really know anything about all that. And then it gives them the like, okay, they're Olympians too, It's like
Absolutely.
skateboarding has definitely sunk in the culture like more than most.
Yeah. I
We
know you
outlasted the
remember getting kicked
rollerblade.
out as a kid. I
Yeah.
know you remember how rough it was, dude. It was not nice.
Oh, dude, I started skating in New Hampshire and there was only like three of us and people would just think we were drug addicts wasting our time in the parking lots and cops are rude to us and shit and they would just give us shit just because they're like thought we were up to something, And then like We raised some money to get a skate park actually in New Hampshire, and then they started like their attitude started changing. And then I moved to New Bedford, Mass, and um, they were kind of giving a shit too. But then like my friend Jay had a skate shop, and then this other guy who skated opened up a burrito shop downtown, and these businesses started taking off. And then all of a sudden the cops are just like eating at the burrito shop, and then they're no longer kicking us
Yeah,
out, and they're like, "Yo, you guys are sick," and they're just being mad cool to us. And it's just
that's
because
crazy.
yeah, we just like they I think just starting businesses and being a productive part of society and like a positive force like kind of changed their mind on or the perspective of looking at skaters as just like shitheads, drug addicts, you know?
Yeah. And see, that's what I'm saying too, man. Like it completely did that U-turn to where like the mayor was looking for me to try to talk to me about a skate park and stuff. Where like as before, I'm like, dude, if the mayor was looking for me, I'm running away, dude. They're trying to charge me for skating some property or something. You know what I mean? Like it's just wild the U-turn it does. And then like you said, if you're a part of your community, that's a huge thing too. Like if you get involved and you're like actually, building your community and not just some dude like out there, waxing the curb and tearing it up in front of the like restaurant or something, they see positive things from you, they let stuff slide for sure.
Yeah,
So
because it's because nothing's sadder than like a dude who just like gets older and doesn't grow up on some level, you know? Like you always want to keep your youth, but you also like become an adult, you know? You don't want to be like a 50-year-old pile of shit. You want to be like you want to be a
100%.
50-year-old with like hopefully a family, a bunch of friends. You guys have done some stuff. You're making money together. Like you got a community. Like you want to, you know, but that, the stereotype was that you're just like wasting your time. But skateboarding helps people. It's therapy. It helps them develop and grow and build their character and figure out who they are and what they want to be. And like the act of skateboarding, the art of skateboarding is like one of the best things for the soul, you know?
100%. And dude,
Yeah,
I tell people all the time, if you're having a bad day or you're thinking about something you don't want to, and you go out there and try to learn a new trick, you're not going to be able to think about it. Like you're only going to be able to think about that new trick. Like you're only going to be able to think of where you put your feet and when you need to pop and when you know what I mean? Like your whole brain has to go to skateboarding. It can't like think about other things while you're doing a kickflip backflip. You know what I mean? Like it's just not going
totally.
to happen.
Yeah, dude.
So
It helps for that. I've had plenty of sessions where I was just like a lot of heavy stuff on my heart and my mind, and then you just go out and even if you're not skating good, you're just still getting some aggression or energy or breaking a sweat, and it still helps. Even when it's not going well, it still seems to help, you know?
100%.
Yeah. That's cool, man. So, um, we got to get a skate park out that way, man. You got to talk to Tony again. We got to hit him up again. What
100%.
How much money did they raise?
100%.
How much money do you think they raised with that contest?
So it was $768,000 and some
Wow.
change.
Yeah, that's a couple skate parks for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And so like I'm talking with the skate park project right now. Actually ran into like one of the dudes from that out at Tony's house or Tony's warehouse or whatever. And
Yeah.
he was like, "Yeah, dude, we'll definitely like try to fast track that and get things going." So that'd be sick. We definitely need one out here, man. And if the mayor's already purchased land, we should be in pretty good like standings to get one. So definitely
Yeah,
stoked about that. It'd be life changing too, especially my kids are starting to like ride now and stuff. So it's like that makes it the easiest if I got one right down the road and don't have to travel an hour to get them to a park, you know?
yeah, that's sick, dude. You could have so many epic sessions with your kids.
Dude, it's so sick. Like, honestly, every time I go, I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to cruise around with them. And by the end of it, dude, I'm like sitting there with my board on the sidelines, like helping them out because I'm so much more stoked on what they're doing than what I'm doing. Like, I just want to see them like pick it up and enjoy it and start being able to run with it, Like, because they're already asking about it, like, yo, can we go to the skate park? I'm like, okay, I didn't even have to say anything. That's what's up. Love that.
That's rad. You didn't like how'd you go about that with the kids? You didn't push it on them or anything?
I waited until they said they wanted a skateboard.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything about like they knew I skated and I'd even like try to take them to the park or out much doing it. Like they've been a few times, but like I tried to minimize that as much as possible, like and give them one-on-one time when I'm with them. And eventually they're like, no, we want to skateboard. We want to go to the skate park. We want, like they just started asking about it. And I was like, cool. So I bought my son one first, and my daughter kept trying to take his board and ride it. So I had to buy her one. And yeah, they're both pretty into it. They don't like do it all the time. You know what I mean? Like yet they're not to that point where that's like the first thing they grab when they walk in the house. Like that's how I was when I got home from school. I was like, dude, straight to the skateboard. But
Yeah.
I think they're going to get there because they're doing it on their own. You know what I mean? And it's not one of those things like, hey, get out there and skate right now. You know what I mean? Like, and I know that that's like a situation for some people, unfortunately. So
Yeah, that's sad when that happens.
yeah,
Yeah, my since I told people I was having a baby, that's what they always say. He's like, "You're gonna have a skateboard." I'm like, "Well, we'll see." He's definitely gonna be around a bunch of cool people that skateboard, so I could see him like being into it because surrounded by amazing people who skateboard, like just awesome characters and cool people.
for
So
sure.
he's gonna be surrounded by them, and that's gonna make skateboarding look cool, the people do. So I'm excited to see where that goes.
Yeah, man, that's gonna be sick, dude. It's just the coolest feel. Like honestly, all that, like all the expectations and like, or not expectations, but all the like any idea you have of your child before they're born, it like once they're born, it all goes away. You're like, dude, I don't even care anymore. As long as my child's healthy and
Yeah.
happy, I'm good with everything. You know what I mean? And like that was my biggest thing is like, dude, I as long as they're happy and healthy and like doing everything that they, need to do and like, you know, run it, do whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? Go if you don't want to skate, don't skate. If you want to rollerblade, I'll even let you rollerblade, I guess.
I was gonna say, do anything but scooter.
Right, right.
Sorry.
Dude, that's the worst one. I don't know how they don't get hurt all the time, like chipping their teeth out on the handlebars and like the wheels stop on everything that you hit. Like you
Yeah.
hit the smallest pebble, you're flipping over some handlebars. Like, I don't get it, dude. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not for me at all, but I see some crazy stuff on those things. Like, dude, y'all blow my mind because I would get wrecked trying anything on a scooter, dude. And they're like
Yeah.
this big. They're like 4 inches wide. Like there's no way, dude. My 8'5" feels too small sometimes.
Dang.
So I don't know.
Yeah, me neither. I don't get it at all. What's up with those posters back there? What do we got? Some music?
Oh, dude. So we got some concert posters. Let's see what we can see.
Leonard Skinner.
Yeah, just some shows I've worked, like the Eagles, some Leonard Skinner, Fish, Jimmy Buffett.
Sick.
Yeah, dude. Just a couple concerts. Like I've been doing that for about 12 years, setting up like concerts and things like that for Live Nation and like 927 and stuff out here. So we get to see some cool stuff. I think one of my like first shows was Roger Waters, Pink Floyd, like all that stuff. So that was sick. And just, you know, they're always having some kind of crazy show out here in Atlanta.
Yeah, that seems like it's honest work. You probably work hard and you get some cool perks. Seems cool.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's also too like being a skateboarder, it's like the sickest schedule. So like they send me jobs and I basically say yes or no. You know what I mean? Like if I can work them, I say yes. If I can't, no. It doesn't get like held against me or I don't get penalized. You know what I mean? So it's perfect for like skating. Like say a trip comes up or like somebody's like, yo, dude, we're leaving tomorrow. We're going filming. Like you want to come with, you kind of got that like flexibility in your schedule to be like, all right, cool. I'll just catch another concert and work that and like take this day off. And, so
Yeah, that's
there's a lot of,
clutch.
yeah. But
That's
then
what
there's a lot of times too, I'll get sucked in, work my 7-day weeks and stuff because there ain't shit going on.
Yeah, but it's clutch to have that flexibility to have that job where, if you win a contest, you can go hang out with Tony Hawk for 3 days and
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. That was the tightest, dude. I actually extended my stay out there, dude. I ended up staying out there 10 days. Because they were like, yo, we can just put the ticket whenever if you're gonna pay for like yourself out there. And I had a homie and he was like, yo, dude, come stay with me. I got an air mattress. I was like, bro, that's all I need. You know what I mean? Like a little shower and an air mattress, and we'll run it up and go like film and get some clips. And that's what we did for like 7 days. So it's
how'd
pretty
you
rad.
how'd you pick the homie to go out with you? How'd you like draw straws or you just had
So
someone in mind?
no, dude. So my homie I grew up with, we actually like grew up skating the local park here together and everything like that. But there was a time he didn't have a place to stay, and we were staying in my Honda Civic together. So
Wow.
like that we've just like been through it. You know what I mean? Like that's the one homie that like he's working hard and like he's changed his life around. I changed my life around, but we both came from the same place, you know, and like he's doing it's called Skater Dreams ATL is his company, but he does a lot of like jewelry and things like that with the recycled skateboards and stuff.
Sick.
So I was like, yeah, dude, just you seem like the one person I have to bring, bro. We've been through everything together, so you know, that
Yeah,
was
that
it. That wasn't really a question mark, like I got a lot of homies that are rippers and things like that, but not anybody that's like been through everything with me like that.
yeah, sounds like you made the right choice, man. He was
For
probably
sure, for sure.
stoked.
Oh, he is so hyped. So hyped. And he doesn't get out much, dude. And, like it doesn't get to like go on like super crazy vacations and stuff. So like California is like a whole new world for him. It was sick to like see that. Like I love showing people California when they're from the East Coast. They
Yeah.
always flip out. Like, dude, what is this? I love it, man.
Where did you fly into? Where were you?
San Diego is where we flew into. So
Oh, whale's vagina. Nice.
and so we landed there and then went to Carlsbad.
Oh,
We
sick.
didn't stay in SD.
Oh, no.
So
SD is beautiful,
no.
man. So beautiful.
Dude, we tried to get out there to skate a couple times and we ended up like getting sidetracked, I think in Oceanside or something.
Yeah.
There's so much out there, man, and that's the crazy thing too. Like on the East Coast, like there's lots of spots, but like there's very few that have like people have taken the time to like make super skatable. Like everything in California is waxed, even if it's
Yeah.
like got no run up or anything. Like somebody took the time and waxed it for some reason. Like everything's just ready to go.
And it's
It's the
just like
crazy.
the stuff out there, and especially in SoCal, it's kind of all new and built like perfectly. There's no cracks. A lot of it's all so smooth and like
No,
the
100%.
stairs and rails. It's crazy. Especially
And then you
being.
don't go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
You don't really get the boot.
No.
That's what I've noticed. Like unless you're really messing up, you don't get the boot.
Yeah.
And like it'd have to be like a really fancy like hotel downtown with security already outside. Like I I go there all the time and just never get kicked out. Or the police will ride by and be like, y'all need to quit doing that. And then they'll just keep driving, like not even stop for you.
Yeah, it's just like the surf skate culture's been there for so long. People just get it. They know like
Yeah.
it's chill. So, what's next for you, Mike? What's on your agenda? What's some of your goals? What are you working towards?
Dude, Tampa Am is next. That's the next like big trip or anything that I can think of. So probably going to be doing a lot of driving in the next month or so to skate parks to be trying to get some practice in for that and try to stay focused on that because I'm filming for two different street parks right now,
Sick.
and everything in me wants to just like get out and jump on stuff. And but I know I need to like I literally think I have like one trick left for the part to film. I want to get this one banger and I'll be done.
Yeah.
But trying not to go do that right now is going to be crazy. But try to stay focused for a month and then hopefully we can do well at Tampa Am and then drop the video. That'd be like the best thing. So
Yeah, that's the move, man. Definitely stick to the park so you can stay sharp because Tampa Am's like a fight. You get out there, everyone's so good and scrappy. It's like dangerous out there so you
it
definitely want to
is,
be
dude.
sharp. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Two of my friends went and each time, different years, they each tore their meniscus just like crashing into people.
Yeah, that's one
Crazy.
thing I'm not gonna do. I'm a big dude though. Fortunately, I'm 6'5" and like 200 pounds. So
Dang.
like, usually people move out the way a little bit. I'm not even at Tampa Am. Like, some of those dudes are like, nah, dude, I'm not getting hit by him again. Like, I don't want him running into me. But still don't want to do that. Don't want to even have that issue, man, because that sucks. You getting hurt not skateboarding is the worst.
Yeah, as long as you're on your board hitting some parks, you're gonna be good. You'll be
Yeah,
conditioned.
yeah. Took a pretty gnarly slam the last day in Cali, so I got like my whole arms like scab mode right now.
Oh yeah, that
Got
looks
the
tasty.
got a little ditch action, so that was fun.
Ah, sick. They got sick ass
Yeah,
ditches out there for
for
sure.
sure. But
Sick,
yeah,
man.
man,
Well,
that's the plan.
yeah, dude. I wish you luck with Tampa Am and everything you're going for with skateboarding. It seems like you're working hard and you're focused on doing cool stuff. So think you'll be fine. If you
Yeah,
ever
man.
if you ever come up this way, hit me up. We definitely have to catch a session. So, lot
Definitely have to do that. Definitely have to do that.
yeah, lots of cool stuff, man, up here. We got Rhode Island, so Providence is an epic city, and then Boston's all within driving distance, and then there's all these little cities in between that are stacked with spots and tons of fun skate parks here in New England. It's insane. You might have to hit up
Oh,
Timmy and venture up with him.
yeah, for sure. How's the weather in November out there? Is it pretty
November,
cold?
yeah, November's getting a little rocky because you're getting it might be rainy. You still might get a couple good days, but really the time is spring and fall. So like right now the weather's perfect and it's gonna be
Damn.
nice. Yeah, it's gonna be nice for a little bit. October, towards the end of October, it's gonna get a little crazier.
Yeah,
Um,
maybe after Tampa, I might be able to get out there for a week or so. That'd be sick. I think
yeah,
it's like the
man.
13th or 15th or something like that.
Not,
So
oh yeah, that's right. Hell yeah, man. Well, yeah, just keep in touch, man. And if you ever come this way, we'll definitely link up and skate. I can show you some spots and parks and whatnot. So.
sick. That sounds like a plan.
Yeah, and congrats again, man. That's so cool. I'm glad you're the skater who took home the top skater in the contest, and it's awesome, dude. So cool.
Thank you. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Definitely stoked to be in that situation, you know what I mean, and in that position. Definitely so thankful that, people voted me into that spot. So
Yeah,
can't say it enough how thankful I am for everybody else too, man. It wasn't just me. So
yeah. Good move.